WWE NXT 8/27/2024 Results: Joe Hendry Concert, The Family vs. NQCC, more on No Mercy Go Home Show. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For WWE Family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. On Tuesday, August 20, 2024, WWE hosted a new episode of NXT on the USA Network. The show was headlined by Joe Hendry doing a concert ahead of his NXT title match against Ethan Page at NXT No Mercy. The full results are listed below. WWE NXT 8/27/2024 Izzy Dame vs. Carmen Petrovic. No Quarter Catch Crew, Charlie Dempsey, Ren Sinclair, and Miles Bourne. Versus The Family, Adriana Rizzo, Channing Lorenzo, and Luca Crucifino, Fatal Influence, Jacy Jayne, and Fallon Henley. Versus The Metaphor, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson Joe Hendry Concert. Javon Evans vs. Joe Coffey. Wesley and Zachary Wentz face-to-face. After The Fatal Influence and The Metaphor, Vic Joseph and Booker T. Huffman welcomed the audience to the broadcast before transitioning into the opening match. Fatal Influence, Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley Def. The Metaphor, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, via pinfall, pump kick / Jinning Wizard combo on Legend. There was a video package of the tag team history of Zachary Wentz and Wesley ahead of their face-off tonight. Eddie Thorpe spoke with Ashanti Adonis and 3 Performance Center recruits before they were interrupted by Brooks Jensen attacking Edris Enof with a chair from behind. Thorpe and Adonis separated them. Carmen Petrovic Def. Izzy Dame via pinfall, stacked pin. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Jada Parker, who explained she did have a light rib injury but said she would still go to get the title from Roxanne Perez. Perez then interrupted and said that Parker's story was very similar to Lola Vice and to other challengers, and said that Parker would learn that no one was better the hard way. Parker then told Perez she would slap the taste out of Perez's mouth and obliged. Parker then saw someone in the corner and said that person could get some too. The Family, Adriana Rizzo, Channing Lorenzo, and Luca Crucifino / Tony D'Angelo Def. No Quarter Catch Crew, Charlie Dempsey, Ren Sinclair, and Miles Bourne. Via pinfall, Shatter Machine on Bourne. Kelly Kincaid interviewed Pete Dunne, who challenged Trick Williams to a match for next week. Ava met with Ethan Page backstage, where Page suggested that Ava suspend himself after he attacked 2 referees last week. However, Ava responded by saying he would defend his title at NXT No Mercy. Wesley spoke with Zachary Wentz in a face-off ahead of their match at NXT No Mercy. Wentz mentioned how despite not being on the roster, he had always been there to help him. Lee responded by saying that Wentz and Lee were on different levels, but Wentz responded that he and Trey Miguel did something Lee could not do in TNA: win the tag titles. Lee then responded they would put all their past to bed and would prove why he was a WWE superstar. While Wentz was just a TNA wrestler, Joe Hendry spoke with Trick Williams backstage, where Hendry said that Williams would be the next challenger if he won on Sunday. Williams appreciated that and wished Hendry on his concert tonight. Kaleni Jordan called out Chu and asked her to bring one of her creepy, demonic little friends. Chu appeared in the Titantron and Whelp. The Nightmare entered. The challenge was answered by the former TNA Knockouts World Champion and TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion Rosemary. Kaleni Jordan Def. Rosemary via pinfall, split leg moonsault. Wendy Koo choked out Jordan after the match as Rosemary looked in delight. Oro Mensah consoled Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend after their loss, but they were interrupted by Lexus King. King said that Noamdar was the daddy of the Metaphor, but Mensah decided to become Christian Cage and say the following: "That's rich coming from someone without a father figure." Mensah and King then brawled. Chase University, Andrew Chase, Ridge Holland, Riley Osborne, Duke Hudson, and Thea Hale were in class, but they were interrupted by Nathan Fraser and Axiom, who promised to regain the tag titles and burn Chase U down if needed. Brooks Jensen def. Malik Blade via pinfall, flying elbow drop. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Javon Evans backstage, where he said that he could throw hands despite what Joe Coffey believed and that he would learn about it tonight. Hank Walker and Tank Ledger spoke about NXT No Mercy last week before OTM, Lucian Price, and Bronco Nima confronted them. OTM then said they would take them out and get a shot at the NXT tag titles. Joe Coffey / Mark Coffey and Wolfgang def. Javon Evans via pinfall discus lariat. Tony D'Angelo appeared in his restaurant before he was